Hi everyone, I am going to be showing you how to make a burlap wreath. I'm making one for the fall right now, so I figured this would be a good time to do a good tutorial. The things you're going to need are a wreath ring. Mine is an 18-inch. You can use a 14-inch or smaller, but I like the 18. I like a big full wreath. You're going to need 2 rolls of burlap. I always use the high density burlap when I make a wreath because the burlap is a lot tighter squared rather than the much bigger squares. You're going to need some wire, floral wire. I got this for $2 at Walmart. It's really cheap. You're only going to need about a 3-inch section of that. You'll need some wire cutters to cut your little section. And you're also going to need some floral. I'm making a wreath for fall, so I picked a lot of sunflowers and just fall kind of looking material. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do to make your wreath is take an end portion of this burlap. You're going to fold it in half so that it's like this. And then you're going to take that section and fold it in half again. So you have kind of a tight piece like this. It's been quartered. And you're going to take your piece of wire and you're going to put it right through the middle, all the way to the other side, like so. Oops, kind of missed a piece. There we go. So we have it all the way through, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach it to our wreath. I'm just going to take a piece through here, and I'm going to attach it by twisting the wire around the first inner ring. So this will just tighten our burlap. Twisting that wire a couple of times so we got a solid hold on there. And then you're going to take your burlap and pull some out like this. I got about 2.5 inches sticking up right there, so it looks really good and full. Then you're going to take that burlap and put it through right here again, your second loop. Take it again and put it through your third loop. So you have 3 loops like this. Then you're going to grab your loops here on top and kind of just push them over like this. Get a firm grip on them once they've been pushed over. Take the burlap underneath and you're just going to kind of twist it. About 2 really good tight turns. Then you're going to start over again. Let's see here. Take your burlap up to the first loop again. Push it through. Okay. It gets kind of hard when you're twisting because you have to be able to pull it through. Let's see. Okay, so now I have loop 1. See that? I made another loop right here. Then you're going to take your burlap, go through the second one again, pull it through, then go through a third time, so that you have 3 loops again. Again, you're going to push it over. You see that? And get about 2 good tight twists in underneath. Let's see, straighten this out. And then you're going to loop it back in. I squeeze, on my 18-inch wreath, I squeeze 3 sets of loops through each section. I like a really full burlap, no room for any nakedness. So I fill her up. That's why it takes 2 rolls of burlap. So going in on my second loop, and again on a third loop. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm going to give that burlap underneath another good twist under here. 2 twists. Then we're going to start on to our next section. Pull a loop through. Okay, now that you get the idea, we're just going to kind of do this all the way around until it's completed, and then I'll add the floral. So I'll be back. Okay, so we came to a point where I ran out of burlap in the first roll. You can see I'm halfway done, so it's okay. I still have 1 more roll. But what you're going to do at the end piece is you want to secure that so this doesn't come all unraveled. So what you'll do is just take another piece of wire. You can slip that through your burlap. You want to make sure you have the entire end so that none of it can get pulled out. And you can just push that through, if I can get it through. And you can just attach it to one of the rings by looping it through and just twisting. It's really easy. And then you can get your other roll and start the way I originally showed you by folding the ends in quarters and starting all over again with your second roll. It's really easy. So I'm just giving it a good twist, and then we can go ahead and start on our second roll. Okay, so now that I have my finished burlap wreath, I am going to make my floral arrangement, and then I'll attach it. So what I did was buy groups of flowers like this, and what you'll want to do to make your floral arrangement is cut each individual flower 1 by 1. So this will be not too time consuming, but you just have to cut them all individually so that you can create your arrangement the way you want it. So I'm going to do that for every little bunch that I have. I'm not going to use every single flower, but I'll incorporate them into my decorating somehow, somewhere, so that none of it goes to waste. So as soon as I'm ready to start putting this all together after everything's cut, I'll show you how to put it all together. Okay, so I've already pre-cut all of my flowers. Everything is now an individual. I have 1 big white sunflower. That's going to be my centerpiece, kind of in the middle of orange and yellow sunflowers and all of these little things. So what I do is I start from the top. So my top layer is going to be the sunflower, obviously. I'm going to, which these guys are really hard to cut, by the way, with wire cutters. It's very hard to do. But first thing you're going to want to do is just bend this, bend your stem, because we're going to kind of attach everything to it. So you're going to need a lot of floral wire. I also pre-cut a bunch of just little pieces of floral wire. So then you can just start kind of grouping it together however you like it. Just going to put 2 together like this. And then maybe an orange one in here. And then you can kind of wire tie it all together and bend it as you go. So this stem, you see, this stem had to be taller to even out with the white flower. So what I can do is put these 2 together wire tie them at the base where the curves meet. You want to get that on there really tight so that they hold together the way you want them. That way we don't have flowers wandering off. So now we've kind of made this. It's like this, and what I did was bend the neck of each one to fit them all together, and then I just kind of created a little bouquet, and I tied it all together with my green floral wire. And to get a really, really tight hold on this floral wire, what you can do is take your wire cutters and take the end, the rough edges rather, after you've twisted them together to kind of hold your bouquet in place. You can, without pressing too tight, because then you'll just cut it off, you can just kind of clamp it down and twist them. Twist like this. And that'll make it really tight at the base so that your flowers aren't wiggling around. They're not going to go anywhere. Just keep twisting your wire and it'll make it really tight, hold them good in place. So now that I have my flowers together, I'm going to add all of the little kind of what I call backdrops. So I'm going to attach these. It'll be the same kind of concept. I can put one on here on the back. I can put one going kind of this way so that when you turn it over, it'll be like this. I'm actually going to trim the edges of these flowers off. So now I'm just going to kind of attach it all with wire as I go. As you attach each piece, you can wrap it around the main part of your bouquet to attach it and just kind of get it how you like it. So when it lays on your burlap, it looks really pretty. So I'm going to finish putting this together and then I'll show you my final result. Okay, so here is my finished wreath. I attached this big bouquet. I'm not going to show you the back because it looks kind of bad on the back, but I attached it by just taking a wire, wrapping it around the center part of the big bouquet, and just twisting it in the back. So I used a lot of wire to really cinch it down, so that's why I didn't want to show you it. It doesn't look very pretty, but it looks really pretty from the front. So I hope that you make one this year. They're really easy. They're relatively cheap, a lot cheaper than what you would pay if you were to buy an already arranged one yourself. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. I hope it was easy. Please leave a comment and send me any pictures if you make one. Thank you. Bye.